Vedhik IAS Academy, India's largest and most innovative IAS Academy. The new learning mantra offers online and classroom programs. Vedhik IAS Academy. Why Vedhik? India's largest and most innovative online IAS coaching platform. Learn from India's top civil service officers. UN Excellence Award for e-learning in 2020. The only Indian organization receiving such a recognition. Vedhik provides successful coaching for 568 plus competitive examinations including civil services. The exclusive center for coaching for UN Civil Service. Learn from the masters who created maximum number of civil service toppers in India. 2000 modules, 2000 online sessions, 2000 animated videos, 2000 audio lessons, 2000 live online sessions led by top-notch IAS, IPS officers. Effective visual learning material developed with AI support. Live peer group discussions. 275 model examinations prior to the preliminary and main examinations. 275 question paper analysis sessions. 25 mock interviews led by veteran members who had been part of the UPSC interview panel. Aptitude test, psychometric counseling and personal mentoring. Online PTA, first ever in the academic history. Online video and audio library with vast reference materials. 24/7 access to the online library. Question answer sessions led by national experts. Follows the guidelines of British Council and UNESCO for online coaching. Personality and communication development programs. Coaching schedule designed for students so as to continue civil service training along with regular studies. Entire fee refund for the civil service examination winners. Best quality IAS coaching with minimal and really affordable fee structure. Vedhik providing civil service coaching with unmatched quality and exceptional results.
Once you are enrolled into the academy, we will provide you with the aptitude and interest test. So what is aptitude? Aptitude is nothing but to test your ability in different areas of academics. Next, let me go with interest test. Interest test is to see where your area of interest lies. It can be in administration, in commerce, or even in science. So depending on these two tests, the third will be counseling. A psychometric counselor will be appointed to you at your specific time and a counseling will be done within half an hour, after which a report will be sent to each of your parents. Next is the syllabus. Once you're enrolled with us, you will receive the syllabus of UPSC and how Vedhik IAS Academy will take those subjects equally along with the UPSC syllabus. Next, we will provide you with reading material and learning material. Reading material and the learning material will reach you at least a week prior or a day or two. Next, we have the attractive animated videos for each subject, for history, for geography, etc. Next, we have online classes by experts to take your classes online. Next, we have live Q&A sessions from each of these eminent personalities. For example, we will conduct all the live classes during the weekends so that each of you all will be available at that time and clear all of your doubts. Next, we will come across the student assessment. Each student will be assessed according to the classes that has been taken before. The next what we will focus on are the 100 model exams that you will receive before the preliminary examination. We will also provide you with 100 question paper discussions along with the 100 model exam preliminary papers. Next, we have 150 model exams before mains exams as well. So you will discuss these 150 question papers of mains and prelims right before your exams. Next, we have mock interview. One of the most important part of civil service is your interviews. So we will provide you with around 25 mock interviews with our eminent personalities and a panel of judges. Last but not the least, we have Peak Learning Group, a group discussion on current affairs. Each of you students will be provided with a current affair topic from which each of you will have to speak a 5-minute video on each topic that we will be providing you with. Here ends the virtual class of Vedhik IAS Academy.
வேதிக் எதற்காக? இந்தியாவின் அளப்பரிய மற்றும் புதுமை மிகுந்த ஆன்லைன் IAS பயிற்சி தளம். இந்தியாவின் இணையற்ற சிவில் சர்வீசஸ் அதிகாரிகளிடமிருந்து கற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். 2020 இ-லேர்னிங் கல்வி முறைக்காக ஐநாவின் சிறப்பு விருதுக்கான அங்கீகாரத்தை பெற்ற ஒரே இந்திய நிறுவனம் வேதிக். சிவில் சர்வீசஸ் உட்பட 568க்கும் மேற்பட்ட போட்டித் தேர்வுகளுக்கான வெற்றிகரமான பயிற்சி அளித்திருக்கிறது. UN சிவில் சர்வீசஸுக்கான பிரத்யேக பயிற்சி மையமாகவும் திகழ்கிறது. இந்தியாவில் அதிகபட்ச சிவில் சர்வீசஸ் அதிகாரிகளை உருவாக்கிய வல்லுநர்களிடமிருந்து கற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். 2000 தொகுப்புகள், 2000 ஆன்லைன் வகுப்புகள், 2000 அனிமேட்டட் வீடியோக்கள், 2000 ஆடியோ பாடங்கள், முதன்மை மிகு IAS மற்றும் IPS அதிகாரிகளின் தலைமையில் 2000 ஆன்லைன் நேரலை அமர்வுகள், AI சப்போர்ட்டுடன் உருவாக்கப்பட்ட பயனுள்ள விஷுவல் பாடத்திட்டங்கள், நேரலை மூலம் குழு உரையாடல்கள், முதன்மை மற்றும் நேரடி தேர்வுகளுக்கு முன்னோடியாக நடத்தப்படும் 275 மாதிரி தேர்வுகள், கேள்வித்தாள் பகுப்பாய்வுக்காக 275 அமர்வுகள், முன்னாள் UPSC தேர்வு குழுவில் அங்கம் வகித்தவர்களின் தலைமையில் 25 மாதிரி நேர்காணல்கள், திறன் சோதனைகள், மனோதத்துவ ஆலோசனைகள் மற்றும் தனிப்பட்ட வழிகாட்டுதல்கள், கல்வித்துறை வரலாற்றிலேயே முதன்முறையாக நடத்தப்படும் ஆன்லைன் PTA, எண்ணற்ற தரவுகளுடன் 24x7 அடிப்படையில் செயல்படும் ஆன்லைன் வீடியோ மற்றும் ஆடியோ லைப்ரரி, தேசிய நிபுணர்களால் நடத்தப்படும் கேள்வி பதில் அமர்வுகள், பிரிட்டிஷ் கவுன்சில் மற்றும் யுனெஸ்கோ வழிகாட்டுதலின் அடிப்படையில் ஆன்லைன் பயிற்சிகள், ஆளுமை மற்றும் தொடர்பு வளர்ச்சிக்கான திட்டங்கள். மாணவர்கள் தங்கள் வழக்கமான கல்வியோடு சிவில் சர்வீஸ் பயிற்சியையும் சேர்ந்தே கற்கும்படி வடிவமைக்கப்பட்ட கல்வி முறை. சிவில் சர்வீசஸ் தேர்வில் வெற்றி பெற்றவர்களுக்கு முழு கட்டணமும் திரும்ப தரப்படுகிறது. குறைவான மற்றும் சுலபமான கட்டணத்தில் சிறப்பான IAS பயிற்சி. வேதிக் ஒப்பிட முடியாத தரத்தில் ஒப்பற்ற வெற்றிகளை சிவில் சர்வீசஸ் பயிற்சியில் வழங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
Welcome to Vedhik IAS Academy's Get a Scholarship program. Vedhik IAS Academy is the largest online IAS academy in India, and it is the only academy which got the Global E-Learning Excellence Award from the United Nations. We have hundreds of students in the world who have never heard of a scholarship. They are meritorious enough to get a scholarship, and if they get a scholarship, they will get to high positions in life. Take for example our former President, Honorable K.R. Narayan. He wanted to study in LSE, London School of Economics, and Tata's gave him a scholarship. He went there, took his PhD, got into the Indian Foreign Service, and ultimately became the President of India. Had he not got that scholarship, he would have been like any one of us, occupying a small position. There are hundreds of scholarships in this world in which you can go to Cambridge or Oxford or to Harvard, like that, the best universities in the world. Get a scholarship and study free and come back. Or you can take a job in the world arena. But lakhs of our students have no idea where the scholarships are, which universities are providing it, and how to apply for a scholarship. There are hundreds of people who have either lost their father or their mother or their parents, and they have no money to study for a foreign examination or to the Indian examinations. Now, Vedhik IAS Academy is providing the basic material for scholarships in all the parts of the world, where you can get a scholarship, study, and complete your course without any money from your pocket or being a burden on your parents. You can study with your merit, get a scholarship, complete the study, and come back and occupy very high positions in life. So we have done months-long research to collect all this material. Welcome to the Vedhik IAS Academy. Get this information, get a scholarship, and come up very high in life. Best of luck to all of you.
Welcome to International and National Scholarship Guidance Program launched by Vedhik Academy in association with Malayalam.
The program lets you aware of the huge number of scholarships around the world.
The program caters to all students from high school to those who seek to pursue their graduation, post-graduation and research level studies.
You would be able to study anywhere in this world, free of cost and with zero financial constraints.
You get the best international exposure by getting a chance to learn in the topmost universities, that too under the best faculties through the scholarship.
So what are you waiting for?
Come join us.
Dear friends, welcome to Vedhik IAS Academy's programs for training for civil services in our country. We also plan to train candidates for United Nations service examinations. The motivation for this, for the founders, has been their awareness that we should do something for the community.
Hello everyone, and I want to share a few tips. One is that be fresh on the day of the exam. Don't tire yourself out so much that when the day of the exam you are so exhausted that you can't even answer the questions that you know. It is possible that you overtire yourself out, and many candidates make this mistake. So in the last few days before the exam, rest adequately, sleep adequately. Walk in the fresh air, get some exercise.
The journey of preparation to civil service is just like the journey of your life. It is like a roller coaster. You know, a roller coaster can go up, it can come down, it can again go up, it can crash. It is just like that.
Vedhik IAS Academy, India's largest and most innovative IAS Academy. The new learning mantra offers online and classroom programs. Vedhik IAS Academy.
వై వేదిక్ ఇండియాలోని అతిపెద్ద మరియు అత్యంత వినూత్నమైన ఆన్లైన్ ఐఏఎస్ శిక్షణా వేదిక. ఇండియాలో గొప్ప పేరుగల సివిల్ సర్వీస్ ఆఫీసర్స్ ద్వారా శిక్షణ ఇవ్వబడును. 2020లో ఆన్లైన్ శిక్షణలో యుఎన్ ఎక్సలెన్స్ అవార్డు పొందిన ఏకైక భారతీయ సంస్థ. సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్తో సహా 568 పైగా పోటీ పరీక్షలకు విజయవంతమైన కోచింగ్ను అందిస్తుంది. యుఎన్ సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ కొరకు ప్రత్యేకంగా శిక్షణనిచ్చే శిక్షణా కేంద్రం. ఇండియాలో అత్యధిక సంఖ్యలో సివిల్స్ టాపర్స్ని అందించిన శిక్షకులచే ఐఏఎస్ శిక్షణ. 2000 మాడ్యూల్స్, 2000 ఆన్లైన్ సెషన్స్, 2000 యానిమేటెడ్ వీడియోస్, 2000 ఆడియో లెసన్స్, అగ్రశ్రేణి ఐఏఎస్ ఐపీఎస్ అధికారుల నేతృత్వంలో 2000 ప్రత్యక్ష ఆన్లైన్ సెషన్స్. ఏఐ ద్వారా ప్రతిభావంతులైన వారిచే విజువల్ లెర్నింగ్ మెటీరియల్ రూపకల్పన, లైవ్ పీర్ గ్రూప్ డిస్కషన్స్, 275 మోడల్ పరీక్షలు, 275 ప్రశ్న పత్రాల విశ్లేషణ తరగతులు, యూపీఎస్సి ఇంటర్వ్యూ ప్యానెల్లో భాగమైన అనుభవజ్ఞులైన సభ్యుల నేతృత్వంలో 25 మాక్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలు, ఆప్టిట్యూడ్ టెస్ట్, సైకోమెట్రిక్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ మరియు పర్సనల్ మెంటరింగ్. విద్యారంగ చరిత్రలోనే మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా ఆన్లైన్ పీటీఏ, విస్తారమైన సమాచారం కలిగిన ఆన్లైన్ వీడియో ఆడియో లైబ్రరీ. ఆన్లైన్ లైబ్రరీని నిరంతరాయంగా ఉపయోగించుకునే సదుపాయం. జాతీయ స్థాయిలో పేరు పొందిన నిపుణులచే ప్రశ్నోత్తరాల సమావేశం. ఆన్లైన్ కోచింగ్ కోసం బ్రిటిష్ కౌన్సిల్ మరియు యునెస్కో మార్గనిర్దేశకాలను అనుసరించుట. వ్యక్తిత్వం మరియు భావ ప్రకటన నైపుణ్యాలను అభివృద్ధి చేయు కార్యక్రమాలు. విద్యార్థులు చదువుతున్న తరగతులతో పాటు సివిల్ సర్వీస్ శిక్షణను కొనసాగించడానికి అనువుగా రూపొందించిన శిక్షణా కార్యక్రమం. సివిల్ సర్వీస్ పరీక్ష విజేతలకు ఫీజు మొత్తం తిరిగి ఇవ్వబడును. అందరికీ అందుబాటులో ఉండే అతి తక్కువ ఫీజుతో నాణ్యమైన ఐఏఎస్ శిక్షణ, సాటిలేని నాణ్యత మరియు అసాధారణమైన ఫలితాలతో సివిల్ సర్వీస్ కోచింగ్ను అందించే సంస్థ వేదిక్ ఐఏఎస్ అకాడమీ.
Good evening to one and all present here. I thank everyone for being with us today. It is both an honor and a privilege to welcome you all to today's sessions on 7 steps to win IAS and how to crack 568 plus government service competitive examinations, including civil services. Through this session, the students will have a clear idea on the simple strategies that one must adopt to gear up for the journey preparing for civil services, which is one of the most enriching journeys that anyone can embark on. These sessions will guide you, help you to achieve your dream of becoming a civil servant, and also help you crack other government service competitive exams. I ensure you all that you will thoroughly enjoy the session and will definitely take some learnings home today. Please kindly note down your doubts and queries so that you can write to us at the email ID and WhatsApp number that will be provided to you at the end of the session. It is a mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. So let's start our session with a prayer.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all. Seeking you as a precious jewel, Lord, to give up I'd be a fool. You are my all in all.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Somi George, Regional Head of Vedhik IAS Academy, Telangana, for the welcome speech. Sir, please.
Good evening to all. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to our Vedic platform in this beautiful evening. We are so glad to have you all here. We appreciate your presence at this odd time. It gives me immense contentment to present the welcome speech among the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields. We would like to extend a special welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS, former DGP of Kerala. He is the academic dean of Vedhik IAS Academy. Today, in today's webinar, he will explain you the 7 steps to win IAS, IPS, IFS, or any other highly competitive exams. Dear Alexander Jacob sir, on behalf of IAS Academy, Telangana region, and all present in this platform, I welcome you to this webinar. Next, we would like to extend our hearty welcome to our guest of honor, Dr. Babu Sebastian, former Vice Chancellor of 2 important universities in Kerala, MG University, Kottayam, and Kannur University. He is the Chancellor of Vedhik IAS Academy. In today's webinar, he will explain you how to crack 568 plus government service competitive exams, including civil services. Dear Babu Sebastian sir, on behalf of all present here, I welcome you to this webinar. Next, I would like to welcome all Vedhik family members to this webinar. Our hearty welcome to James Matam sir, CEO of Vedhik IAS Academy, Binu Joseph, MD of ERA Educational Consultancy, and these two are the inspiration for Hyderabad team, Telangana team. Also, I have to mention some of the eminent personalities who went to Kerala and visited main office of Vedhik IAS Academy at Cochin to study about this academy. After their visit only, we started our work here. They are S. Srinivas Reddy, former president and present advisor of TRUSMA, K. Bhupal Rao, former treasurer of TRUSMA, Arudra Paramatmachari, former TRUSMA district president, and the backbone of Telangana team. And Dr. Doli Satyanarayana from Mahbubabad and Renold Ravi sir from Warangal. My hearty welcome to all of these eminent personalities of Telangana. Also, I welcome Hyderabad office staff and Regional Director Jinju to this webinar. Many parents, students, and well-wishers are attending this program. My heartfelt welcome to all present in this platform for taking a keen interest in this webinar. I would also like to express my sincere thanks to all of you who sincerely committed to this event to make it a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a warm welcome. Let me now take the opportunity to welcome the eminent panelists, Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS and Dr. Babu Sebastian, to the session. I feel proud and extremely overwhelmed to be part of this esteemed academy where service to society stands first. All the credits goes to our very beloved panelists and members who make the process of learning informative and give their valuable time for this great service. On behalf of Vedhik IAS Academy, I cordially invite our Honorable Dean, Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS. Our Dean doesn't require an introduction as he is a well-recognized figure in our country. He is known for his wonderful administration and high achievements. He keeps working on connecting young minds to strive towards success. We are so honored to have him amidst us for the evening. Here, I would like to take you all through a profile video of Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS.
Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS, Director General of Police, retired. Notable for 33 years of distinguished police service from 1982 to 2015. Spearheaded jail reforms in Kerala. First Director of Vanitha Commission in 1996. He holds a PhD in English Literature on historical novel of Indo-Anglian literature, MA English, History, Political Science, Sociology. Sub-editor in Manorama newspaper, probationary officer at Indian Overseas Bank, English lecturer at Mar Ivanius College, Thiruvananthapuram. Passed civil service examinations 1982. Joined Indian Police Service, Kerala Cadre. Principal Kerala Police Training College 1992-1995. Secretary, IMG guided more than 300 aspirants to civil services over the past 20 years. He's a recipient of Police Medal for Distinguished Service in 2011. Distinguished orator and writer presenter of Jnana Vajasugul at Shalom TV. Dean of Vedhik IAS Academy and member of Governing Board Vedhik Erudite Foundation.
Sir, it is an honorable moment to have your esteemed presence in today's event. With much pleasure, I invite our beloved Alexander Sir to the session. Sir, please.
Welcome to Vedhik IAS Academy, the largest online IAS academy in India and the only IAS academy which got the Global E-Learning Excellence Award from the United Nations Organization. For Indians, every student will like to get into the civil service examination. And when you get into the Indian civil service examination, you like to get it early. Because if you get it at the age of 21, you have 39 years of service. But if you get into it at the age of 27 only, then your active service will be 33 years. So how to get into the civil service at the age of 21? For this, there is 7 steps to getting into the civil service at the age of 21. Let us understand what are these 7 steps. Vedhik IAS Academy will bring a candidate into its scheme right at the 8th standard. As you say in English, catch them young. When you get into the system at a very young age of 13 years, then you have around 7 to 8 years to reach this Indian civil service. The first step is to increase your faculties. If you want to get into the service, you should have a very good memory. How to improve your memory? God has given human beings tremendous capacity for memorizing things. In our brain, God has given us around 10 crore of RNA molecules to store knowledge. But even Albert Einstein is supposed to have used only 3% of the capacity of the human brain. An ordinary person's use only less than 1%. By doing certain exercises and certain practices, you can increase your memory 4 to 5 times of its original power. I myself have recorded around 16 episodes. When you listen to it, you will understand how to increase your memory power, how to develop comparative memory, and how to memorize things till you get into a situation where you uses it. Second one is how to improve your intelligence. Every human being, intelligence is the same. But some people use it in such a way that they increase their intelligence. An honorary Brahmin who attends Kadavalur Anyonyam remembers around 10,450 slogas in the Rigveda without much difficulty. But a person with the same intelligence sometimes become an agricultural laborer, don't use his brain. So he develops his intelligence, how to till the soil, how to plant a tree, how to take a good harvest. His intelligence grows in that way. But that person cannot remember 10,000 Rigvedic slogas. So you have to develop your intelligence in such a way that you can improve your intelligence about threefold and utilize that knowledge, that intelligence to write civil service examination. I have given few episodes in that direction which will help you to improve your intelligence. Next one is how to write an essay. In civil service examination, there is one paper which is only essay. And in the general studies paper, you have to write essays. So what's the technique of essay? How to write essays properly for the civil service examination. I myself have recorded 16 episodes to make you learn how to write the essays. Civil Service Academy have prepared a booklet of how to write essays. What's the technique? Next one is to develop a candidate to write examination. You get marks not only for your knowledge, but for the technique you utilize. I have passed 174 public examinations in my life and have taken 7 degrees. Now, the technique I use in my examinations, I have compiled in around 15 episodes, video programs. When you listen to that video programs, you understand what are the techniques to be used in an examination. You can start utilizing it in the 10th standard, in the 12th standard, in the degree classes, then the post-graduation, and in the civil service examination. Now, that knowledge coupled with the techniques will fetch you very good marks. Now, to get into the civil services, you should have rhetorical capacity. Oratorical gift has to be there. When you go to the civil service interview, you should have this vocabulary capacity. When you become a collector or SP, you have to deal with hundreds of human beings. Some are against the police, some are for the police, some are neutral to the police, some are politicians. Now, how to tackle with each one of them? The way you talk. Sometimes you are called to a meeting. You have to address a public gathering. You have to use your speech-making capacity to instill the crowd. You will become a successful civil service officer. So, Vedhik Civil Service Academy prepares you in the way of public speaking, the art of public speaking. So, this first stage is called faculty building. Vedhik IAS Academy has a program called Pathfinder. So, in this Pathfinder program, your basic faculties are improved. In the second step, you lead that candidate to the next level of civil service preparation. That is selecting a career. Every human being, when born on the earth, God will give that child capacity to excel in at least 3 fields. Persons like Leonardo da Vinci could excel in almost 6 fields. It varies. When we were young, there was no facility to know which are the areas in which we excelled. We could excel. Now, science have developed a test called psychological aptitude test. 3 hours you attend a test. At the end of 3 hours, computer will write down on the bottom, the person who attended this test have capacity to excel in the following fields. Now, when you know what is the field in which you can excel, you can pick up a career in that direction. As Shakespeare said, in everyone's life, there is a time. Taken with its tide, it will lead to great fortune. Now, when you reach the 10th standard, there are 200 ways in which you can divert yourself. But without knowing that if you take a wrong decision, you have to lose 2 years to come back, change your course and go in another direction. At the 12th standard, you make a false decision. Then you lose 3 years of your life. It takes 3 years for you to change your course and then come to another set of careers. So, in our course, in the second time, we conduct a psychological aptitude test, make the student and the parents aware which are the fields in which the candidate can excel, and then lead that candidate to the profession in which he can excel. Now, you can excel in 2-3 areas. Albert Einstein was a famous scientist, but he was a famous musician also. He could play the musical instrument very well. Lord Krishna was a very good administrator. He was a very good musician. He could use the flute very well. King David was a great king, but he was very equally good at playing his flute. Dennis Cromden was a captain of the England cricket team, but at the same time he was the captain of the football team. He excelled in 2 games at the same time. He was captain of 2 teams of the English football and cricket teams. That's a capacity of human beings. But when you go for the civil service examination, around 12 lakh people compete in the examination. 15,000 people are selected to the main examination. 3,000 people are called for the interview. Only around 1,000 people get into one of the services, destined services. So, nobody can be 100% sure that I will get into the civil service. Suppose you miss, you should have an alternate employment with yourself. So, we guide that student into 200 type of careers open for them. One person can write the MBBS, become a doctor, go for the combined medical service examination, get into the professional service, then write the civil service examination, get into the civil service examination, or go into the UN medical services. That kind of career guidance. In India, a very intelligent student, the highest he can opt for is UN civil service. You get a starting pay of 5 lakh rupees per month. And by the time you retire, you get 1 crore rupees per month as your salary. So you can get into the UN medical services. Another person may be good in engineering. He can go and take his BTech degree. Then write for the Indian engineering services. Then write for the civil services. Then go for the UN engineering services. Many-fold progress is there. You can become an economist, get into Indian economic service, or take economics as your optional and come into the civil service. You can go for statistics, get into the Indian statistical service, then write the Indian civil services, get into it. You can write for Indian geological service, get a profession in geology. You can go in Indian forest service. Like that, there is a lot of areas. You can go for chartered accountancy or ICWA, become a very good chartered accountant, and then you can write the civil services, get into Indian audit and account services, or into IAS. This professional knowledge will be utilized, you can utilize in that also. So that kind of a career guidance is required. I myself have recorded about 42 episodes for guiding the students into different careers. Additional information will be given to you as booklets, which you can utilize and get into a very good career. There are 6 groups of civil services. UN civil service is one group. Indian civil services, 27 of them is in the next group. Indian All India Professional Service are there. All India Prestige Service are there. Regional Administrative Service are there. You have the private administrative services. So you can select your career in the second stage. In the third stage, you have to pick up a scholarship. In many families, the parents are not rich enough to finance you till the civil service examinations are over. Certain children are orphans. Father have died. Mother is not employed. You have financial problem. In such cases, a scholarship has to be picked up. Meritorious students can pick up a scholarship to further his or her studies. In our childhood, there was only merit scholarship and loan scholarship. Now there are thousands of scholarships. By the time you come to the 10th standard, you can get 5,000 rupees per month. By the time you get into your plus 2 examination, you can get scholarship up to 7,000 rupees per month. By the time you go for graduation, you can get 15,000 rupees per month. And by the time you go for research, JRF and other examinations, you can get up to 27,000 to 30,000 rupees per month. Now, you may be earning more by scholarship than your parents are earning by their job. There are thousands of scholarships in which you can go to UK or England or America or Canada or Australia, where you can really get into a world famous university and complete your studies with a scholarship. Suppose you are going to Cambridge University. The Cambridge University scholarship is 1.25 crores, not lakhs, crores. That kind of scholarships. So we encourage students in the third stage to get a scholarship with their own merit. And without creating any burden on your parents, you will be able to complete your studies with your own scholarship. That is the third step. On November 19th, we are starting our scholarship awareness program. Thousands of students will get scholarships. Thousands of students will get scholarships for studying abroad and migrating abroad, becoming citizens of those countries and settle there. That kind of a massive scholarship program is coming in the third stage. In the fourth stage, get a minimum qualification for writing the examination. In the civil service examinations and the prestigious examinations in the world, minimum qualification is a graduation. But graduation from where? Graduation from a recognized university. You have 29 universities which came into existence by the act of the parliament, like Indira Gandhi, National Open University, etc. You have around 490 universities in India sanctioned by an act of the legislatures of the states. But there are around 200 universities in India which have no sanction from the government, either state or center. There is a university called Samson University. There is a university called Thompson University. There is a university called International Labour University. There is even a university named after the great Vedavyasa. But they are not recognized. You go and study there for 3 years, you will get a degree. What's the use? That degree is not recognized. So you cannot write the civil service examination. So get a degree from the universities recognized by the University Grants Commission, which came into existence according to an act of the parliament or an act of an assembly. Now certain people cannot go to a college and study from there. Certain people may not have the minimum qualification to get into that university. Certain universities will not permit people from other states to come and attend the course in that state. Such complications are there. So, there are recognized universities where you have to attend classes offline, and there are open universities. Around 245 degrees are available in India in the open university scheme. We give this elaborate information to the student, how to compete, how to take a minimum qualification, minimum degree. When you get a degree, either by the offline program or by the online program, you have to get it from a recognized university. I have 7 degrees, but I have gone to the college only for 1 degree, that is BSc Chemistry. All my other degrees are private degrees. I studied at home, wrote the examination and passed without any teacher, without going to any course, studying at home, and I got my 6 degrees. So this information we pass to students and enable the student to get a minimum qualification. Vedavyasa may be the most learned person we have known in history, but he cannot write the civil service examination, but because he has no degree. Great scholars, great scientists, Thomas Alva Edison, a scientist who invented 1,200 things. He has not passed his 9th standard. He is a school dropout at the 8th standard. Albert Einstein, the great genius of the 20th century, he had no degree. He studied in a polytechnic for 3 years. Albert Einstein cannot write the Indian civil service examination. Isaac Newton cannot write the Indian civil service examination. We have the Microsoft, the founder of the Microsoft, Bill Gates. He is a school dropout. He has studied up to 10th standard. Richest man in the world. He changed the course of world history. He has no degree. He cannot write the civil service examination. APJ Abdul Kalam, he had a 3-year course from the MIT college in Madras. Or Steve Jobs, the man who changed the course of 21st century. He is a college dropout. He has no degree. What I am telling you is that all these people are great, knowledgeable people. They have changed the course of history, but have no minimum qualification to write the civil service examination. So you may have knowledge to pass the examination, but unless you are qualified, how will you write the examination? So the 4th stage is to get minimum qualification to write the civil service examination. So we will lead you in the 4th step. Then in the 5th step, we bring the candidate to the civil service examination. When 100 students join the Vedhik Civil Service Academy from class 8, perhaps only around 5% will ultimately reach the civil service stage. Others will get into some profession, some career, and be successful in life. But when you come to the civil service examination, you have to develop a different kind of capacity. Because writing of the civil service examination have certain difficulties. One is the high filtration. Till 9th standard, there is 100% pass in Kerala. For SLC, 99.8% passes. In plus 2, around 98% passes. But in the civil service examination, when 12 lakh people appear, around 13,000, around 1% clears for the main examination. 99% filtration. Then after the main examination, only 3,000 people are called for the interview. 80% filtration. Out of 3,000, only 1,000 people get into some services. 67% filtration. Ordinary candidate cannot face this kind of a filtration process. And then the candidate writing the examination has certain changes. When you come to the 10th standard, you are given marks for your knowledge. If you know the thing, you will be given marks. So 100% marks are scored. When you come to plus 2, it is reference to the context. Who said it to whom? Where? If you write that information, you are given marks. When you come to your degree, you have to annotate the matter. Why he said so? What are the words he used for the saying that? What was the impact on the man who heard it? What was its impact on history? Like that, the whole thing changes. Annotation. Then when you come to the post-graduation, analysis is required. In that analysis, you analyze how the word combination has been selected. When Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar, in the Mark Antony's speech he says, shows the cut which Brutus made and said, the most unkindest cut of all. If you and me write the examination, the red pen will be used to cut it and you will be given a 0. Because you cannot use double superlative, most unkindest cut. But when Shakespeare uses it, it gets value. Why that double superlative is used? Analysis is made. But when you come to the civil service examination, the basic premise is no marks will be awarded for superficial knowledge. For superficial knowledge, no mark will be given. You have to have that extra method of knowledge. You should have link memory. You should have comparative analytical power. You should have specific reasoning. Then only you get marks. So to develop this technique, you have to inculcate certain habits or style into the students' selection. And on the 6th step, after bringing the student and making the groundwork, the 6th important step is making 2 crucial decisions. One is selecting an optional subject. In our time, 2 optional subjects were there. Now, there is only 1 optional subject, but paper 1 and paper 2. 1750 marks in the main examination gives you the qualifying marks, out of which 500 marks come from the optional subject you choose. So you should have good knowledge about one area, one subject. If you commit a mistake there, you're out of the examination. There are 48 optional subjects. 22 of them are languages and literature. And there are 26 of them are other kinds of subjects, sociology, history, economics, public administration, like that. Now, if you make a mistake in identifying your optional subject, you are out of the examination. So, from your degree onwards, you should take care to identify an area in which you have to study, in which you have to pick up marks, and with that, you have to take it as optional subject and score very high marks. Certain subjects are universally selected subjects. For example, 6,000 students out of 15,000 students in the main examination take public administration as their optional subject. Around 4,000 people select sociology. Around 4,000 people select history. Like that, there are 6 subjects. 90% of the total students who write the civil service examination take 1 out of these subjects. So whether you are going for that. Now, certain subjects are high scoring. In an average year, hardly 100 students take maths. But you take the first 20 rank holders, minimum 5 or 6 will be having optional subject as maths. Because when you take maths, if all the 10 questions are correct, you get 250 out of 250. But if 10 questions are wrong, you get 0. That's the other way side. So people who are good with maths can easily pass the optional papers. Now, regional language and literature is a very good option. For example, in Tamil Nadu, around 150 students take Tamil language and literature as their optional subject. Around 40 students clear the examination. Malayalam is taken by almost 100 students per year, but around 22 to 24 pass the examination with Malayalam language and literature as their optional subject. So, how to pick up an optional subject? I have given around 16 video programs explaining the pros and cons of each subject. Listen to that and select your optional subjects correctly. A second important decision is the regional language you take. You have two language papers. One is English language and literature, 3 hours paper. Then one regional language. But the mark you get in the regional language paper will not be counted for your ranking. But if you fail in that language paper, you may be first rank holder in the rest of the optional papers. You will not be selected. You are out of the examination. So that regional paper is required. Those who study in Kendriya Vidyalayas and other central schools have no knowledge about the regional languages. So they sometimes opt Hindi or Sanskrit. So one regional language is required. So selection of your regional language and selection of your optional subject are crucial decisions. If you make a mistaken decision in the 6th stage, you are out of the examination. So groundwork for this is very, very must. And when you reach the 7th stage, that is the interview stage. Your personality test. Now, interview is very crucial. When you are called for the interview stage, if you get the highest mark holder and the lowest service getter, the difference is around 190 or 100 marks. That's all. So if you get 200 out of 275 for the interview, even if you are the lowest according to the marks in the written examination, you will reach the top of the table. But suppose you are first rank holder in the written examination, but you score less than 100 marks in the interview, you are out of the civil service. So this is very, very crucial. So how to present yourself in a personality test. In Malayalam, I have written a book, Vyത്യസ്തരാകാൻ, how to develop your personality. I have written another book, മറക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിയുള്ളവരാകാൻ, how to develop your memory, how to develop your intelligence. Now, in the other languages, there may be similar books, but develop your personality and you have a definite technique of how to pass in the civil service personality test. I have recorded around 18 video programs giving the techniques of how to pass the personality test or interview. So there are 7 steps ultimately to become victorious in a civil service examination. The Vedhik IAS Academy, we have already 2,200 recorded video programs. I myself have recorded around 225 programs. So listen to them and step by step climb the 7 steps to the civil services. And if you join us at the high school level, then by the time you are 21 years, you will clear the examination. And you will be the youngest civil service officer in the service. So that kind of a change is required in the civil services, for which Vedhik IAS Academy prepares you step by step. So, all of you are welcome to the Vedhik IAS Academy. Get into the Vedhik IAS Academy at a very young age, probably in the 8th standard, 13 years of age, and utilize the next 7 to 8 years for climbing these steps one by one. And if you climb all the 7 steps in 7 years, at a very young age of 22, you will be a successful civil service officer. Your life will be a great service to this nation. Your life will be something which gives a lot of respect from the people, and your family, your village, and everybody who knows you, especially the teachers, will be proud of you in this life. So join us in this 7 steps to IAS program. Success will be yours, and be very good personalities to serve the world wherever you are. Reward will be great in this life, and if there is a life after death, you will be rewarded in the next life also. So welcome to the Vedhik IAS Academy to climb all the 7 steps to the civil service examination and be victorious at the age of 21 to get into the service at 22 years. It will be a very rewarding life. You will bring happiness to your family, to your villagers, to your teachers, and you will be able to give valuable service to the people of this country. Best wishes in this great journey. We will be ready to help you. So join Vedhik IAS Academy as early as possible. Best wishes and wishes for victory in your life. Thank you. I am Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS, former Director General of Police of Kerala State and the Dean of Vedhik IAS Academy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those valuable and inspiring words of yours. Let us now welcome our Honorable Chancellor, Vedhik IAS Academy, Dr. Babu Sebastian. Dr. Babu Sebastian is the former Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University and Kannur University, Kerala. He has had an academic and administrative career spanning over 3 decades, starting with an enriching and eventful 18-year-long experience as a professor at St. Thomas College, Pala, Kerala, one of the premier colleges in state with a rich history and tradition, and as a university research guide and an author. He has served as the Honorary Joint Director of Civil Service Institute, Pala, and has produced over 100 IAS, IFS, IPS, and IRS officers from the state of Kerala. He has served as a member of various national and state educational policy bodies. Here, I would like to take you all through a profile video of Dr. Babu Sebastian, sir.
Dr. Babu Sebastian, a true educationalist, insightful personality, who have reinvigorated the existing education system. Former Vice Chancellor of MG and Kannur Universities, won 40 national awards, produced 32 IAS, 9 IFS, 28 IPS and 40 officers in IRS from Kerala, through his 16 years of prolific service in civil service coaching. Total 186 students in Indian civil service. All India first rank holder Harida V. Kumar. Second rank Dr. Renu Raj. Third rank S. Ashwati and Dr. Albi. Fourth rank TV Anupama. Eighth rank Harikishore among others were brought to the IAS by Babu Sebastian. Former Director of Kerala State Institute of Educational Technology and Kerala State IT at School. Former Director of State Educational Channel Victors and Kerala State Open School. Founder of Kerala e-learning project started in 2003. Founder of Pala Civil Service Institute. Man of experience who brings up brilliant and enlightened visions to a practical level. He has produced 7 PhDs in his career, produced 6,000 educational video programs, 3,000 audio programs, 2,000 interactive multimedia programs, awarded as Best Vice Chancellor in the year 2017 in India. Babu Sebastian has been honored with Best Chancellor's Award in 2016 and 2018. He has been one of the pioneers of civil service training in Kerala since 1996. He is the Chancellor of Vedhik IAS Academy and Vice Chairman, Vedhik Erudite Foundation.
Without any further ado, let me welcome our beloved Dr. Babu Sebastian sir to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Good evening to all respected parents and dear students. First of all, may I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all the participants today for our webinar on how to crack 568 government services for different cadre posts in India. The name of our organization, we can spell it VEDHIK, Vedhik. The meaning of this word itself explains well the objective behind this organization. The meaning of the word Vedic is full of knowledge. So our humble and simple responsibility is to provide excellent knowledge to the student community. From the younger age itself, catch them young and provide excellent coaching and to enable each student to encounter their place in the most competitive job market. By God's grace, we are number one in India in online education. So bagged the prestigious UN award for the best online coaching platform in India in the year 2020, the Global E-Learning Excellence Award. Two respected former chief secretaries, 2 DGPs, 4 vice chancellors, 1 UGC secretary, and so many leaders in the field of administration, especially from the Indian Administrative Service, IAS and IFS, across the world joined together to provide excellent coaching to the student community in a very nominal fee. So Vedic, generally we can explain in such a way that it is a non-profitable organization, providing excellent knowledge in a very nominal fee, and also Vedhik Academy or Vedhik Erudite Foundation now adopted more than 1,200 students from the tribal, rural, coastal India, providing the civil service and central service coaching on free of cost. So our question today, so we are seeking an answer for one question: how to crack IAS, IPS, IFS, or more than 568 central government offices or posts, or more than 2 lakhs vacancies are waiting for our student community every year. Dear students, you know in India, 40 recruiting agencies are working under the Union government or Government of India. Another 26 recruiting agencies are working with the state governments, the PSCs. So under the central government, the main agency, main selection office is UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. The next one is SSC, Staff Selection Commission. Another one is RRB, Railway Recruitment Board. Next one, under the RBI, Reserve Bank and the Nationalized Bank Officers and Clerks Selection. And the last one is NRA, National Recruiting Agency. Union Public Service Commission, the most important recruiting agency in India. Every year, conducting the most attractive competitive exam in India, it is the civil service examination. For 26 different cadre posts. Start with IAS, Indian Administrative Service. Then the next one, IPS, Indian Police Service. The next one, it is IFS, Indian Foreign Service. So class 1 officers, the steel frame, the backbone of Indian administration. The most attractive and amazing position for one graduate in India. The class B, under the class B, it is IRS, Indian Revenue Service, Customs, Central Excise, Income Tax, Enforcement Directors. Then the last one, it is the Union Territory Civil Service, mainly Pondicherry Administrative Service and Pondicherry Police Service. So dear students, 26 different cadre posts under the central administration all are waiting for our students. Apart from that, so many opportunities. IES, Indian Economic Service for Economics graduates. ISS, Indian Statistics Service for Statistics graduates. IFS, Indian Forest Service for Agriculture, Botany, Chemistry, Physics, Animal Husbandry, Zoology students. Another IES, Indian Engineering Service for different engineering graduates, civil, electrical, mechanical, electronics, everything. IMS, Indian Medical Service for medical graduates. So many vacancies. Under the Central Administrative Service itself, so many vacancies are waiting for our students. Then under the SSC, in the middle management course, which will the student will eligible after 8 years to get to confer IAS in the central administrative positions, officer post. It is not bad, very good, very attractive. Every year more than 4,000 vacancies under this category. And the banking service, railway service, the total 40 recruiting agencies, 568 different competitive examinations, and more than 2 lakhs vacancies under the Central Secretariat, and another 3 lakhs vacancies to belong to different states. So dear students, some ample opportunities in front of you. So first of all, to know about these vacancies, which vacancies are waiting for our student community. So 40 recruiting agencies under the Government of India, 26 recruiting agencies under the various state governments, total 5 lakhs vacancies every year. These vacancies are waiting for our students. But unfortunately, our students, they haven't any idea, any information regarding these vacancies. They all are wandering here and there for clerical posts under the PSC, Public Service Commission, State Public Service Commission. the ratio of applicants are also compared to employment seekers. It is very low for this central administrative post, including this civil service. The question why? Because of the students are not at all aware about this one, and they haven't enough opportunity to get fruitful coaching or guidance, or they are not in a position to get affirmation from external agencies. So the responsibility of Vedic Academy is to educate our students from the school level itself, based on the different vacancies. Which are the vacancies? Which are the recruiting agencies? What are the basic qualifications, the terms and conditions, in which way we can acquire this job opportunities? These are the services from Vedic Academy. Our commitment is to provide such a kind of service to the student community. Then the next step, we are moving from here to the internal structure of these different competitive examinations. Mainly Indian Administrative Service or the Civil Service Examination and other different central government job opportunities. The basic qualification is one and same for all these vacancies. The basic qualification is a university degree. The percentage of mark is not at all a criteria. A just pass 35% is enough. A university degree, a graduate from an approved university, is the first eligibility, and the second eligibility criteria, the student minimum 21 years age, and the maximum age limit, upper age limit is 32. So one Indian citizen in between the age of 21 and 32 with a university degree is eligible to submit application for these 568 different competitive examinations and these more than 5 lakhs vacancies. It's a very attractive terms and conditions. Salary, the starting salary is more than 1 lakh rupees. And a very attractive and amazing promotion ladders are waiting for the employees. So the basic eligibility is a university degree and 21 years age. Then the second level, it is our duty to assess and analyze the syllabus inside. More or less a uniform syllabus is following by all these recruiting agencies. Either it may be under the government of India or under the state government. The syllabus for this selection process or the competitive examination is almost one and same. Out of 100, the 23% questions are from polity and governance. Another 20% from history, art and culture, Indian history, art and culture. 8% from geography, world and Indian geography. 14% from ecology and environment. Another 14% is from the economics and development. 10% from science and technology, and the remaining 11% from current affairs. So once again, we can examine the syllabus inside. 23% from polity and governance. Questions. 20% from history, art and culture. 8% from geography. 14% from ecology and environment. Another 14% from economics and development. 10% from science and technology, and the remaining 11% from current affairs. Then another information, the syllabus for all these competitive exams, it is more or less one and same, and the UPSC and SSC directed in such a way that the standard of questions or the standard of the syllabus is one and same of the NCERT high school and higher secondary syllabus. The questions are from the same syllabus and from the same textbook. So there is a question from your side, and proudly we can answer why Vedhik from high school level. The answer is here. The syllabus for all these competitive examinations are from the high school and higher secondary syllabus. Polity, history, geography, ecology, environment, economics, development, science and technology. So NCERT syllabus for the high school and higher secondary, the same syllabus approved by the UPSC, SSC and other recruiting agencies for their competitive examination. So the syllabus is one and same. But the problem, the question pattern is different. For the school final examination or for the board examination, especially for the 10th standard or the 12th standard, the questions are mainly from two categories. The first area is simple questions, and the second area is, the first area it is easy category, from the easy category, and the second area it is from the simple category. You know, easy questions, the date, the place, the person, the events, such a kind of outer layer questions, it is very easy for our students to answer. For the board, either for the board exam or for the school final exam, the student, they are expecting such a kind of outer layer questions, more than 60% maybe from the outer layer. Then the remaining 40% is from the inner layer. It is such a kind, it is with maybe definitions, equations, explanations directly from the textbook itself. So 60% from the outer layer, very easy question, and the 40% of the questions are from the inner layer. It may be very average question. So all the school final examinations and the board examinations, they are ready to include these two types of questions. But dear students, for the competitive examinations, especially for the job-oriented competitive examinations, we can expect another two types of questions. Minimum 20% of the questions are from the easy and simple category, but more than 60% of the questions are from the third and fourth category. It is the tough and toughest category. The tough questions, it is application level questions based on the text, based on the explanations. Inside the textbook, by utilizing our experience, our brain, we have to answer. We have to present very attractive and wonderful answers. And the last category of questions, it is toughest. It is not easy to answer such a kind of questions. We can expect 20 to 15% of the question from the toughest category. The question setters are, after long time reference, groundbreaking research, they are preparing these kind of questions. It is directly based on the textbook, but the answer may be it needs more coaching or training. So it needs the historical. For the objective type, okay, the students can select answer in such kind of questions. For the descriptive type answers, it needs the historical, descriptive and comparative approach. Historical, data collection, descriptive, in-depth presentation, and the comparative to compare this question with the events across the world or across the nation. Such a kind of artistic quality is also essential for this kind of question. So it needs long years of coaching to ensure a success, a wonderful success, this kind of competitive examination. So Vedic Academy, our duty, main duty is to educate the students based on these different types of questions and provide them different types of questions and help them, support them to answer these tough and toughest types of questions. So, the selection process, the job-based selection process across the world, now existing a three-tier system. They all recruiting agencies are following a three-tier system. The first one is an objective type question. This is a screening test. Out of thousands and thousands of applicants to select a minimum number of students, it may be more or less 10 times against the vacancy for the second level of competitive examination. The first one is an objective type exam. The second one is, for all the selection process, it is a descriptive type examination. And this 1 and 2 segment of examination, the examiners will assess the eligibility of a candidate. And apart from the eligibility, it is the duty of the selection agency to assess the suitability of the candidate. And a third level examination, it may be a face-to-face interview to assess the suitability or the personality of the candidate. So in India, from the IAS, Indian Administrative Service, or the Civil Service examination to all the competitive exam, now they are following the three-tier system. So it needs long years of coaching to answer, to prepare for this three-tier exam. The first one, it is an objective type. I am going to explain as a sample question as the civil service examination pattern. For the civil service examination, 2 papers for the preliminary examination. The first one is general studies, objective type, 200 marks, 100 questions. Each question carries 2 marks and a minus mark of 1/3 marks, and also the 2 hours duration. The content inside, we already explained this one: polity, history, economics, ecology, geography, science and technology, and current affairs. So out of these 200 marks, based on the last year's cutoff marks, it needs minimum 55% to appear for the second level of examination. So 55% mark is the basic essential for the to get an eligibility for the second level examination. The marks secured in the first level examination is not at all calculated for the final ranking. It is only a qualifying examination. Apart from this general knowledge paper or general studies paper. For all the selection process, there is another question, examination also. It is basically to assess the aptitude of the student. So basic English, some basic mathematics, reasoning, logical reasoning, assess the attitude and aptitude of the application to assess the suitability of the candidate. Command on language, mathematical and other abilities. So these two types of questions we can expect in all the selection process. And the mains examination, the descriptive in nature, 250 marks, 3 hours duration. For the civil service examination, 7 papers inside. And we can repeat the papers. The paper 1, it is a general essay. Paper 2, it is history, art and culture. Paper 3, it is polity, governance, international relations. Paper 4, economics, ecology, environment and science and technology. Paper 5, it is ethics, the value system of the candidate. And the 6 and 7, an optional paper. We can select any one of the optional paper. We have studied in the graduate level for all the graduate subjects from anthropology, botany, chemistry, physics, sociology, psychology, everything. 23 subjects now approved by the UPSC. Or we can select any one of the regional language or English for these optional subjects. 2 papers under these optional subjects, total 7 papers, 250 marks each, and the written test is total out of 1,750. Based on the last years of cutoff, the cutoff mark may be 54 or 55. If one student secure more than 54% marks in the mains exam, will get an opportunity to appear for the final selection. It is interview. The total marks for them secured for the mains exam also calculated for the final ranking. The third level examination, it is an interview, 20 to 40 minutes, 5 eminent members are sitting, and we can expect questions to prove your ability, the art of convincing others, your communication skill, your total personality, your commitment to the constitution, your commitment to the deprived, marginalized segment of population in our nation. So such a kind of personality test, total marks 275 and 1,750 plus 275, the total 2,025 marks for the civil service examination. The toppers, the 150 will get IAS. The remaining 200 will get IPS, Indian Police Service. The remaining 50 to 70 will get IFS, Indian Foreign Service, officers of Indian embassies across the world. And the class B, it is IRS, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Postal Service, up to the Pondicherry or the Union Territory Civil Service and Police Service. So these are the different areas why we are planning to appear for these competitive examinations. These are the areas in front of you. And why Vedhik Academy? What are the services you can expect from Vedhik Academy? It is my duty to explain this one also. We are teaching success. The simple slogan from Vedhik Academy, we are teaching success, because the faculty and academic group behind this one is the models or leaders in different parts of life. Maybe chief secretaries or DGPs or top IAS officers or vice chancellors together support to provide support to the student community or young generation. Vedhik Academy, after long years of groundbreaking research, we decide a 7-step success mantra for our student community. So I am going to explain the 7 steps. Step by step, we can just get a great success in our competitive examination. In the first one, it is a scientific aptitude test. If one student join with the Vedhik Academy will provide an opportunity to the student to undergo a scientific online aptitude test, a 40 to 60 minutes online examination. Different question, and through these different question, based on your answers, you will get a multicolor graphical report based on your innate ability, your interest, your attitude, your aptitude, everything inside. The person inside, the gem inside. So the first step from Vedhik Academy is a scientific aptitude test. Then the second step, once the system or from the online examination, you will get a report. Based on this report, in the presence of the father and mother, experienced and excellent counselors will provide personal counseling to the student. Personal counseling to support, to give affirmation. Dear student, these are the qualities, qualifications, eligibilities, skills and opportunities inside. Please move this direction. We all are with you. The entire Vedic family, Chief Secretaries, DGP, Vice Chancellors, all are with you. With full confidence and self-esteem, please move this direction. So this session is to give affirmation to the student, to stretch his innate ability and provide enough advice to the parents, father and mother. Say gem inside, please handle with care. In future days, this ward or this boy or girl will become an asset to the family, to the nation itself. So the second step, it is a personal counseling. And the third step of success, it is visual learning experience. You know, in the world, 3 types of learning system now. The first one is speaking and listening. The teacher is speaking and the students are listening. It is outdated, and through listening, the student will get an opportunity to acquire only 20% of the knowledge. But now the advanced level, it is seeing. And based on this seeing, the student will get an opportunity to acquire more than 50% of the knowledge through seeing. So Vedhik Academy, the first academy in the career world, providing seeing experience to the student community. Based on the syllabus, Vedhik Academy now developed more than 2,000 animated videos. Wonderful videos, wonderful experience, edutainment, education, and entertainment. Through videos, animated videos, students are acquiring knowledge on history, polity, ecology, environment, science, technology, everything. And eminent teachers, professors, former DGPs, Vice Chancellors, all are explaining these videos in a wonderful way for the student. So it's a wonderful experience. So the visual learning experience. And the fourth one, it is the continuous evaluation process. You know, at the age of 12 or 13 or 14, our students, they are getting an opportunity to undergo a 30 minutes model exam every month. One model exam which they are going to write at the age of 21 after graduation. So the same questions, same level of questions. So the students will get an opportunity to undergo model exam. Every month, one model exam, a continuous evaluation. Give more confidence to the student, to away from fear factor. They will get enough confidence. These are the types of questions I am going to answer after my graduation. To give affirmation to the student, we are providing an opportunity for continuous evaluation, continuous experience on the examination. Then the next one, it is the fifth experience or the fifth mantra. It is the peak learning mantra. The meaning of the word peak, the top of a mountain, and this concept is from the Buddhist philosophy to provide an opportunity to student to find out his maximum level of communication. It is an online group discussion. Every student will get an opportunity to speak in front of a small group with 10 members for 5 minutes per week. So a pre-prepared essay definitely will circulate among the students, and one student will get an opportunity to speak on one paragraph. It is a pre-scheduled one, allotted one paragraph for one student. 10 students are sitting together on Zoom. One may be from UK, another may be from US, because Vedic, we have students across the world, Indian students from Middle East, Dubai, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, or Jammu, or Delhi, or one from Kerala, sit together, same age group, boys and girls, speak on a current affairs subject. And they will get a command, the language, the medium is English, and a non-correctional way of English. All other members will support to give support to the question for the student, and based on this group experience, the student will get an opportunity to speak enough communication skill. He or she can, it is a future training for the interview. Command on English language, knowledge on the current affairs, and enough communication skill for future interview and success. And the sixth learning mantra, it is the doing experience. You know, in the third learning process, it is doing. Through doing, the student can acquire 100% of the knowledge. And Vedic Academy, we are providing 100 model examinations before the preliminary examination and 175 model examinations before the mains examination and 25 mock interview sessions before the real interview. So around more than 300 model examination before the original UPSC examination. And the last one, it is catch them young. From the younger age, we are conducting a long 6 years program for the high school students, 6 year civil service coaching. Every Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., 2 hours per week, a wonderful coaching. Former chief secretaries and DGPs are addressing, communicating with the students. It's a gift from the God itself. The future IAS and IPS officers are directly learning from the face of top chief secretaries and DGPs. Vedic Academy, we are providing such experience, lifelong experience, 6 years long coaching for the high school students, 8th, 9th and 10th standard students, 4 years on syllabus and last 2 years on model examination. For the higher secondary students, we are conducting a 4-year-long program every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. First 3 years on classes and the last 1 year continuous model examination. For the degree going students, we are conducting a 2-year-long program every Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And first year on classes and the second year full model examination. And the fourth coaching program, it is a 1-year coaching program. First 6 months on classes and the last 6 months on model exams. This 1-year course every day evening 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So catch them young. This is our main responsibility. So for programs, 6-year coaching for high school, 8th, 9th, 10th standard students, 4-year coaching program for higher secondary students, 2-year coaching program for the high school students, and 1-year coaching program for graduates or current year students. So these are the different mantras, success mantras designed by Vedic Academy for long years of coaching. After long years of coaching, this aptitude test, this personal counseling, this visual learning experience, continuous evaluation, peak learning, group, the doing experience or the model exams, and long years of coaching. Apart from this one, Vedhik Academy, we have a publication division, 14 books published by Vedhik Academy for civil service coaching for our aspirants or students. And a Vedic current affairs, the 11% of the questions are from the current affairs. We have a monthly magazine with 150 pages on Vedic current affairs. And also an yearbook, which you will get a compressed format for all the developments across the world for last year. And also a weekly bulletin on the world around us, a video bulletin on YouTube. And another one, India around us, a weekly bulletin. So Vedic Academy, we are conducting such a kind of wonderful service for the student community. And for all these coaching programs, we are charging only 30,000 rupees, very nominal. The fee for civil service coaching across the nation, it is around 2 lakhs or 1.8 lakhs, a minimum 1.5 lakhs rupees. But we are providing such a kind of coaching with a very nominal fee. It is only 30,000 for long 6 years, one-time payment, only 30,000 for 4 years, only 30,000 for 2 years, only 30,000, and for 1 year, only 30,000, including the books and model examination. So, dear student, these are the opportunities. These are the main responsibilities of services or commitment of Vedic Academy. Then, based on our name itself, Vedic, full of knowledge. The Vedic is we are. Our duty is to provide full of knowledge to the student community and a warm welcome, hearty welcome to the Vedic family. And may I take this opportunity to extend my deep gratitude to all the students and parents for attending this webinar from Vedhik IAS Academy. Once again, I would like to invite all our students and participants to Vedhik Academy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for those valuable and insightful words. With immense pleasure, I would like to inform you all that Vedhik IAS Academy is also offering Civil Services Prelims Crash Course under the leadership of Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS. Admissions have started and applications are invited for this course. Our batches will be commencing on February 21st onwards. Block your seats immediately. For more details, contact the number 7777 875588. I repeat, 7777 875588. Now, I invite Ms. Jinju Somi, Regional Director, Vedhik IAS Academy, Telangana, for the word of thanks.
Hello. Good evening, all. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I would also like to thank Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS, Dr. Babu Sebastian sir, for taking time out of their busy schedule to grace the event. I thank all the participants, parents, students, and Vedhik Hyderabad team for making this webinar a great success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jinju. Now we have come to a conclusion of this webinar. And once again, I would like to thank our panelists, Dr. Alexander Jacob IPS and Dr. Babu Sebastian, who honored the function with their inspirational and insightful thoughts. I thank our Vedhik family, Telangana, for organizing this event and for all their cooperation. I also thank the technical team headed by Mr. Harikrishnan for the support. Special thanks to Mr. Binu Joseph, Mrs. Bini Thomas, Mr. Srijit Anthony, Mrs. Chinju for their timely cooperation. And I would like to thank all our participants for making this webinar a grand success. We are the Vedhik family, always glad to help you achieve your dream of getting into civil services. If you have any questions or queries, you can get in touch with us directly on the numbers displayed on the screen. Also, visit our website www.vedhikiasacademy.org and write to us at info@vedhikiasacademy.org. Being able to be part of our family Vedhik IAS Academy is a pure blessing. We will not only train you for securing a bright career, but also give you an opportunity to interact with the renowned personalities who would impart a sense of compassion and guidance. Come join with us. Our team will stay in touch with you for further communication. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Good night and thank you.